Was just checking an air filter at work, and these were here. Yummy.
A shop just replaced this Honda's struts, thinking that's what was making the clunking noise. They were wrong.
Customer states, I just want tires and alignment. Not too bad. And I don't think pieces are supposed to fall out. Yeah, but you're gonna need some front end work.
Customer states they hit something on the road. Somehow they got away with only needing a new rim and TPMS.
If you're going to install brakes, make sure they're the right size.
Customer states their wheel jolts while braking. It's a really bad lower control arm bushing that needed to be replaced a while ago.
Oh. If you look right here, you can see this black tape right there. You know why people do this? Of course, to hide the check engine light. So that's how you fix the issue.
Customer wanted the mechanic to inspect the brakes, battery, alternator and transmission oil. The mechanic was really glad they decided not to test drive it first. Customer states, "Are you sure this wheel can't be fixed?" "Yeah bud, I'm pretty sure."
We have a Passat with a very, very slight issue. Now I don't want to get too close to that, but cool. I mean, time bomb waiting to go off.
This came in for a crank, no start. The filler neck was being held together by dirt behind the plastic cover. You know it's bad if there's this many roaches crawling around in broad daylight. Just imagine how many are hiding away. Thankfully the mechanic turned the car away, but that was after the poor porter had moved it into the shop.
It's raining outside, like pretty bad, right? AC don't work. They're like, yeah, I want the AC to work. Skirt. So, you know what that means? Go to the chart.
This vehicle came in only wanting an oil change. This thing must have felt terrible driving down the road. I have no idea how they didn't bring it in any sooner.
Ok, deuxième table. C'est. Ah, il est pas payé, lui.
Customer states, "Sorry I didn't clean it out before we got towed in." It had about 50 used nick pouches piled up in the driver's front door, probably from the driver missing when spitting them out the window.
Through a rod through the block there, and a rod through the block there, and then a whole bunch of stuff through the front. And then there's also a bolt sticking out the front of the block. Well, technically this is the back of the block when it's in the car. Also blew a giant hole in the window tray. This is all the stuff that was stuck in the window tray right here.
Customer declined getting these brakes replaced, even after the mechanic showed them how bad they were.
Uh, 2007 Dodge Nitro, right? Dude was like, oh yeah, just like randomly, last night I went to drive it, there was no brake pedal. Huh, there was no warning or nothing? Nah, it's just like randomly lost brake pedal. Bro. Like, bro, there was no warning. No, no warning at all. Just no brake pedal when I got in it last night. Noise at all, huh? No warning, no nothing. Nope. Just got in it and there was no brake pedal.
Customer bought this vehicle in, claiming the shop needed to warranty her control arms, thinking that's what was making this noise. The noise was actually from the transfer case's destroyed output shaft. Not only is this basically like driving around with the claymore aimed at your face, I'm sure the sun loves to reflect in the driver's eyes too.
So we're doing a rocket cover on the CO1 Euro R Accord, and we discovered something rather shocking. That is cooked. So lucky we did the rocket cover gasket. And there's our balance shaft. It's actually missing teeth.
This customer installed an aftermarket catch can and intake, but apparently still doesn't know that their oil has to be changed regularly.
Alright. Good. Good. Good.
This 1978 Audi came in for some electrical gremlins, and I don't quite think slapping the dash is going to fix this one. Customer states they installed a junkyard transmission, but ever since then it's been dumping oil out on the road.
Man, this is a lot for the dumbest thing. And on Chevys, the part that I'm looking at sits right here. Take the battery out, take the battery tray out, you have access to it right here. 10 minutes, you're done. But no, on a Ford, you gotta take all this out. All this. Just get this box out, because the vacuum reservoir for all the HVAC controls sits on the bottom of the HVAC box here. And so all of this was just because this little half-cent piece of rubber dry rotted and cracked and wouldn't hold on to the little nipple for the vacuum reservoir anymore.
Customer states, "It sounds like there's a ghost in my radio." Customer noticed their car started running hot and found the coolant had leaked from the heater hose outlet. Here's a quick reminder to replace those old plastic ones if it's been a while.
So I've got another fix or repair daily. Customer said he's getting wet feet and weird smell inside the car. As it's a Ford, you know, there's going to be a coolant leak inside the car from them stupid O-rings. However, someone's been here before.
Yummy. Just yummy. I mean, I don't really know what to say there.
The mechanic was crushing on this customer who supplied all the parts for this awesome build. The engine's been cammed with some other small upgrades, so it's making around double the original engine's horsepower. Customer replaced a bunch of parts hoping it would fix this engine knock, which it obviously didn't.
Me, 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 me.
What the f? What the f? What the f? It ain't supposed to be like that. It ain't supposed to be like that.
Customer states, the car runs great, but the CEL light is on. Customer states clunking noise over bumps, apparently a really common issue on early 2000s Ford Escapes. A customer sent in this video asking if their motor mounts are bad or not. That would be a yes.
It amazes me. Somebody has a nice old car. You know, they spend some money on it. Recto rod. And then they do like clamp on clamp to a hose, to a line, to another hose. You know, do their exhaust. They just bash it with a hammer instead of having something made. Clamps, turbo, muffler. And look at this fuel pump job, you know. Clamp, 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 line, twisty, turny. You know, how about like flaring a fitting and doing something a little bit properly? This exhaust just bangs on that frame, makes all sorts of noise. A little extra effort, make it a lot nicer of a vehicle here. A lot nicer.
Customer came in due to the water pump pulley being so loose the belt slipped off. They then said, don't worry about the secondary leak they already knew of. Customer states, I heard a loud bang and then my engine stopped. This destroyed rim had all the mechanics scratching their heads wondering how this would even happen. Let us know what you think in the comments.
Customer states no start. New alternator, new starter, right? Still doesn't start. Come to the IPDM, starter relay built in. Red and white is constant ignition, and this white is from the starter relay out, right? So I can jump this and it'll start. This red and white has no power. So I'm like, oh, let me go inside, talk to the customer. Yo, do you own this car? Yeah. You didn't buy it from a used car lot or nothing? No. Why? I was like, because it seems like it's got a starter interrupter, like a GPS on it. No, I own it. Bro, say less. Your secret is my secret.
Customer states, I don't want to buy any tires, thanks. At this point, it's not even a suggestion.
That's it.
This is the effects of following the manufacturer spec oil changes. I'm sure it doesn't help that it burns oil as well, so all this oil is just burnt, caked up oil.
Customer states, now that you mention it, the steering has been feeling a little loose. This 2023 CX-50 had to be towed in after the customer somehow destroyed the front transfer unit, which also caused the carrier bearing to go bad and most likely destroyed part of the rear diff as it wasn't working properly.
No need to worry, guys. I got a new part. That should fix it.
Thanks for watching another episode of Mechanical Nightmare. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.